This NBA season has been a weird one. Teams have been plagued by injury, load management being a talking point, and even an NBA coach and an NBA player being arrested by the FBI. But still, there's 5 teams that have taken the league by storm. So in this video, I'm ranking my top 5 contenders for the NBA title. If you're enjoying this video and want to see more daily NBA content, please make sure to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. Coming in at number 5, I've got the Milwaukee Bucks, and it's a different environment for Giannis Antetokounmpo this year, and he's fully embraced it and he's taken it on to new heights. He's averaging 32 right now, but I feel as though the team around him isn't good enough for him to achieve anything that he wants, especially in the postseason. MVP is in his future. I feel like Giannis Antetokounmpo will win the MVP this year, but when you look at the players on the team, like Ryan Rollins and Cole Anthony and Miles Turner and even a guy like Kyle Kuzma, I feel like those guys are just aren't good enough to help Giannis achieve what he wants to achieve. And a player like Giannis, he deserves to have a championship team around him every single season, and he has a right to compete for the NBA championship every single year. I feel like they're going to make waves in the East, and they're going to just be a quiet team that's going to be sneakily just taking wings. But when it comes to the postseason, they're going to struggle a lot. They're going to struggle a lot, and that's why I have them at number 5. Coming in at number 4 is the New York Knickerbockers. New York right now, they share a similar record to the Milwaukee Bucks. And I feel as though for the New York Knicks, it's the same story every single year. But their team is generally actually stacked. They've got a lot of good players that can do it all for them, especially on the defensive end. Knicks are going to be a very, very hard team to beat defensively because they have such long players and such lengthy players like OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart, who are just going to be a defensive pest every single time. But for the New York Knicks, they only go as far as Jalen Brunson leads them offensively, and Karl Anthony Towns has to take that next step offensively too and be that second option, because Mikal Bridges, he's not a second option. All eyes point to Karl Anthony Towns to step up and be a dominant big man and for the Knicks to go all the way this year, they're gonna hang their hats on the defensive side, but in playoff games, the tight ones, scoring is going to matter the most. And who's going to relieve the pressure of Jalen Brunson? Because Jalen Brunson is going to be seeing a lot of pressure from defenses. It is all about the other guys stepping up and cutting when needed, standing in the dunker spot when needed, hitting big threes when needed. Jalen Brunson can do it all, but he can only go as far as his team takes him, and New York Knicks can only go as far as he takes them. So there's got to be a lot of a good synergy with the team, a good connection with the team, and I feel like if the Knicks are able to get those stuff correct, they'll definitely make it to the NBA Finals. At number 3, I have the LA Lakers. Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves have been on an absolute tear this season, and it's been a positive sign. The LA Lakers are 7-3 right now. It's been a positive sign for them, and proving that life with Luka is going to be a promising one. LeBron James is not back yet. He has been sidelined with an injury throughout the early parts of the season, and he is expected to make his return. But the reason why I have the Lakers at number 3 is because of their depth. Players like DeAndre Ayton and Jared Vanderbilt and Rui Hachimura, I'm not convinced by them so far. I know LeBron and Luka are going to score at a high level, and Austin Reeves is going to provide their buckets, but they need to hang their hat on it, even on the defensive end, and making sure that DeAndre Ayton is able to score when needed. I feel like he is going to be he's a good lob threat to have at all times, but he just needs to embrace that about himself, and he needs to realize that, okay, the team is going to go only as far as I take them. LeBron James is one of the GOATs. LeBron James knows how to win basketball games. He's won playoff games at a high level. But at this age of his, it's important to restrain the amount of usage that he has, especially when you have someone like Luka Doncic, who is going to be dominant with the ball all the time. I feel like every one of these role players have to step up and make sure that the load of LeBron is taken off, so that he is able to thrive and be impactful instead of trying to dominate throughout the whole game. Coming in at the number 2 spot, I have the reigning NBA champions and the reigning MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Why do I have them on the number 2 spot? Well, it's because currently they're 10-1, and clearly they haven't skipped a beat from the NBA Finals and straight into the regular season. They've just been stacking up their wins and playing at elite level. Shai right now, he's averaging 31 points and he is hooping and he looks absolutely unguardable, but he's not even the key talking point. It's the guys like Isaiah Hartenstein who scored 33 points the other night. The reason why I have them at number 2 is because I believe that their run to the finals this year is going to be way more harder than the previous year, because I feel like there's more teams in the West right now that are gonna give them a better run for their money. I mean, in the first round they played the Memphis Grizzlies. Of course, they were the first seed and they got a real 8 seed. That's fair enough, but I feel like the teams this year are not gonna be so not gonna go down so easily, especially like teams like the Minnesota Timberwolves and stuff like that. They're gonna be a lot more tougher, and OKC Thunder have a lot to do. It is a long season, but I want to hang my hats on them being the NBA champions this year, because it's already hard enough to win a championship. It's even harder to repeat. So, Oklahoma City Thunder, I got them at second. And at the number 1 spot, I've picked the Denver Nuggets. Why have I picked the Denver Nuggets? It's because of one person. They have the 3-time MVP Nikola Jokic, who this year has stepped his game up to a whole nother level. He's still averaging the same triple doubles, but this year, and especially in the last 5 games, he's averaging 29 points, 12 assists, and 12 rebounds with a 79% true shooting percentage. And that's not even the impressive part. He's knocking down threes at a very consistent rate with at least 50% shooting. And that's not even the best part. This year they've added some great additions to their team with Cam Johnson. He came over from Brooklyn, and of course Bruce Brown has returned, bringing back his championship DNA, and he was an integral piece to their last championship. Aaron Gordon and Jamal Murray both are huge players that fit into how Jokic plays, and I feel like with those key elements combined together, I feel like the Denver Nuggets are going to be one of the teams to beat, and they're just going to sneakily win games and do what they got to do during the regular season. And when it comes to the playoffs, we know Jamal Murray is a playoff riser. We know Aaron Gordon is a playoff riser now, because last year he was going crazy in the playoffs. We know Nikola Jokic is one of the best players of all time, and you combine all those ingredients together, a finals appearance is on the radar for the Denver Nuggets, and that's why I have them as the number 1 team to watch in the NBA. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Hit the follow buttons. Link below to all my socials down below, TikTok especially. And yeah, thank you for watching. Peace.